Hi, crafters, and video tube scrapbookers. I'm still having problems with my voice, but what I wanted to show you is this card that I've been spending some time working on, and I wanted to share her with you. I think she's gorgeous. What I did was, I'll zoom out so you can see her hair. Not too long ago, Miranda did her Graphic 45 tryout, and she used multiple, I'm going to bring this in, just so you can see her hair. It's all little flowers, and I've got a couple, as you can see, there's butterflies, so sorry. And if you look at her eyes, look how intense. Oh, isn't she gorgeous, guys? I love her. Okay, I'm going to put her back here. I'll explain to you how I made her. Not too long ago, I'm going to turn this here so you can see her. I'm going to zoom in on her eyes so you can see the colors. Oh, yeah, look at. Now, what I use for her eyes is I used Pooch paint. And Pooch paint, you can see. Look at the color of this. Look at how dark this is. And it's got lots of crystals in it. It's very inexpensive to use. A little will go a long way. And to make her eyes shine, I used ocean stickles. I tend to like these a lot. These are really nice to paint with. A dab will go such a long way. And you can get them retail pretty inexpensive. And I really like how she turned out. I also did the same thing here. I'll zoom out a little bit with her lips. I did the inside of her lips a little darker. But I really like painting with liquid pearls. I have found various things to work with, but I used the darker pink. I think I've put the colors away. But anyway, oh no, here they are. Sorry. It's kind of late, and I really wanted to show you her because she's just, to me, she's gorgeous. The colors I used for her lips were flamingo and rouge. I used the rouge for the darker side of her lips, and then I painted her on the inside with the flamingo so that it would just be kind of like a bright accent. I really like the texture idea of painting because it really adds a different kind of dimension than just markers. The color is more vivid, the color is more intense. And then I used a liquid pearl above her eyes too. I used the cantaloupe color, so it's more of an orange gold. So that kind of stood out really nice. So the paper I used was the Nature's Garden. I really love how, I'll show you how I did the background. I'll bring it in here so you can kind of see the card. Let's see, yeah, you can kind of see. Let's see if I can focus here. What I did here, you can see the background very, well, to be very honest, I'm going to hope that you can see it. What I used was, it's very faint, but it really picks up on the light. So I'll put this back. What I used was the Darcie's background stamp. I used the chicken wire in the background, and then I used it's a peacock. It's an embossing powder, and it's made by, I will get this for you. This stuff is really, really pretty. So you can see this. This is by Judi Kins Incorporated, and it looks white, but then when you emboss with it, it's a super dark purple. But because I wanted a softer background, and I wanted it pretty, but I like my mixed media. I like my shabby chic kind of, so to speak. But she turned out really pretty. I'm sorry about the glare. The light's not. I'm gonna put her back because the light's not directed close to the camera so that you can kind of see her. Yeah, there she is. Check her out. Isn't she pretty? So then I use lots of those cutouts for the hair. But I used the Nature's Garden collection. I'll show you the sheets I used. I used the darker fairy paper for the background. I used this sheet here. And then I used those I used that for the flowers. Then I used this paper here. Let me see. I'm trying to find the sheet. Sorry, I just had it. I apologize. Oh, here it is. I used the bird sheet for the squares. I never thought I would use this square punch. I never thought I'd use a square punch for a dimension on a card. And I really like how it turned out. She turned out super pretty. And here's the square punch I used. It's quite big. It's made by Ning Kong. And this is the punch I used for the squares, for the background, so I could give her, here, I'll bring it so you can see a little bit where the dimension is, where all the butterflies are. And use a dimensional clock on the side. She's got a butterfly on her face. I love how that turned out. Doesn't it look cool, guys? Is this pretty or what? I just love her. I think she turned out super cool. And I've made this for a friend of mine, and the reason is just because. Well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you like how my card turned out. She's just so super pretty. And I love how she turned out. And I'm glad that you had a chance to stop by. And happy creating and happy crafting. And have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.